Hello, beautiful spirits. Welcome back to Infinite Love. My name is Angelica, and this is your reading for July 1st. Today is June 30th, but this is for the week of June 30th through the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th of July. So if this video calls to you, keep on watching. So today, I am using the same card deck or oracle deck that I used last week, and it's going to be backwards on the monitor, but it is the Magical Dimensions Oracle deck by Lightstar, and it's an amazing deck. They're not just oracle cards, they're activators. So if you ever feel like I'm holding one up and you're feeling some kind of energy running, or could be anything. It could be heat, it could be cool, it could be tingles, it can be, you're seeing certain things, like maybe in your mind's eye, or get visions, different things like that. They're also activators, so just keep that in mind as well. So I have set the space, I have called in the directions, and whomever is watching out there, thank you for joining. Let me know down below how this resonates for you. Let me know how it is helping you, because it would be great to get some feedback as to, who this is helping, how this is helping, if it's helping, does it resonate? Let me know down below in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so that you can be notified every week when I do a new oracle reading. So let's get to it, right? So like I said, I set the space, everything is done. I have called in the higher selves of those who are going to be called to this reading, and let's do this. So taking a few deep breaths in and out. So in through the nose and out through the mouth with a sigh. In through the nose and out through the mouth with a sigh. One more time, in through the nose and out through the mouth with a sigh. And I have already set the space and cleared the space. I just like to do this for a little extra oomph, as I'm sending it to you in this energetic space that we are in right now. I'm sending it to the astrals because we are together in the astrals right now, no matter when you are watching this. I feel you. There's a lot of presence here. I've called in quite a few medicines. So there's a lot of beings here right now. There's a lot of support with us. And so let's get to it. So as I have already set the space, and I have already done so, I offer this reading to the highest and best good of all, with the most benevolent outcome. I ask for whatever messages that are seeking those who will watch this video, as those who will watch this video is seeking this information. What are the messages that wish to come through today, at this time, in this moment? Preparing to stop and cut the deck into 4. Okay, and then we are going to do, oh, okay. Oh, nice. Okay, so The first card that I picked was contemplation. And the words that are down here are silence, silence, knowing, and releasing control. So take that in. Take in these activators. Take in this card. What calls to you? Where is your awareness drawn? So you see the Buddha, right? Buddha was known for, becoming enlightened under the Bodhi tree in meditation, right? Silence, knowing, and going, and I feel like this is also going within. And the last part right there says releasing control, right? And I feel like there can be a lot of sometimes we get so wrapped up in how we want things to be, our expectations, we're like projecting them onto certain situations. And now is the time to really release control. And I was literally just saying that to myself before I even started this video. Was about releasing control in my own life, with things getting done, because we always have to remember, keep in mind that everything gets done in divine timing, and this is being in that silence, being in that silent space, being in that knowing. Because being in that knowing allows you to be in the space of releasing control, if that makes sense. So if I'm meditating and I'm connecting to my own source, I become in that knowing that all will get done in divine timing, in divine orchestration, whenever it needs to happen. And that allows me to release control from expectations, from ego, from maybe arrogance, from frustration. I don't need to hold on to these states of being, because I could just say, it's all going to happen in divine timing. And usually in those, not always, but when we release control like that, we're no longer pushing up against it. We're no longer creating this resistance energetically, so that when we release control, it can come in sooner than we had even expected, than when we had even, thought would be possible. So here is the oracle interpretation of this card. So here you go. It is time to go deeply within. Only you have the answers you seek. You are being asked to quiet the mind chatter and do some form of meditation for peace. Take the path of least resistance. It may be time to take a much needed vacation or relaxing getaway. Quiet and stillness will be best for you now. And the companion crystals for this card are blue lotus and sandalwood. I didn't know sandalwood was a crystal. How interesting. And the essential oil for this card is spruce. So what we can do is, if you want more tools, these are just more tools I'm finding, is you can, for say this card, for being in silence, being in that knowing, being able to release that control of creating that resistance, like I said, we can work with the crystals like blue lotus or sandalwood, or be empowered in this, right? Or whatever crystal is talking to you. Use your intuition. Feel into it. It's like, oh, quartz is calling me. Okay, so use quartz. Same with the essential oil. I found essential oils and different essential oils, different smells. There's that, it's stimulating. It can stimulate memory. It can stimulate us in in different ways. It can bring us back into our body. You know, it stimulates that olfactory, our smell. And by working with different tools like crystals, like essential oils, they're just that. There are other permission slips that we can work with to really help us focus our mind on the message coming through. So keep that in mind. The next the next card that I picked, and this is going perfect. I can see a story being played out here. It's challenges. And so that is the contemplation is playing into this perfectly of silence, going into silence, going into knowing, going into releasing resistance, releasing control. So the challenges is blocks, fears, and negativity, and betrayal. So take that in, take this card in, let it activate you. Where is your awareness drawn? What symbolism do you see in this card? And so, look, he's actually standing in like a block of like, I feel resistance. But it can mean whatever it means to you. So this can literally be a block in our energy centers, right? One of our chakras, one of our main energy centers. These are the challenges that we're going through at this time, right? Maybe in this week, because this is for this week. However, like I always say, it's always in divine timing and divine orchestration. So whenever you're watching this is, these cards are going to be relevant to you. So it's yeah, keep that in mind. It's never about the time, it's just always about the timing. This feels like literal blocks and energetic. So, and where do we find a lot of blocks? In fear, right? In negativity, in the frustration and the anger, and when we're always pushing up against something and creating resistance. I hear going into shadow work, maybe something like soul retrieval, something like even Reiki, getting a Reiki session done, or whatever calls to you, because there's so many modalities out there that help us release fears, QHHT, hypnotherapy, different things, different modalities like that, or whatever calls to you. Something, it feels like going into these things but maybe not too heavily, if that makes sense, because we want to go into silence and knowing and releasing the control, right? Maybe just observing what's coming up, what fears, what negativity is coming up. Do we feel betrayed? That's okay to feel. It's okay to feel that too. Letting it come up and going into it as well. So let's, and it's the card right before this. So let's see what this card has to say. Challenges. If you are feeling blocked, afraid, or stuck, assistance is on the way. So hold on and don't succumb to negative thinking. Even when you feel trapped or stifled, there is always a light surrounding your situation. Be aware at this time. Someone in your life may be holding you back from your greatest good. The crystals to help us focus our attention, our awareness on this is Iceland Spa and lapis lazuli. And the essential oil for this is black pepper. Ooh. So very, very, like black pepper, that's really like potent, right? Lapis lazuli, oh my gosh, it's like super, it's like this color. It's like this really, really pretty blue, gorgeous sapphire color. And so these are already playing out a story. Contemplation, going into the silence, going into the knowing, going into the awareness that it's time to release control, right? I don't need to control this. Things are going to work out. Going into the knowing, into things are playing out divinely, right? Going into that very silent space, into the knowingness of who you are, so that these challenges, we can just be aware. We can be aware of when they come up. We can observe them. And if it calls to you, go into them. Because this is going to be a good time to go into them. We're going into a new moon soon. So I'll have to look into when the new moon is. However, the new moon is coming, and that's a really good time because it's a dark moon, right? So that allows us to, yes, we can plant seeds on these new moons, but when they're in the darkest, we can also go into that darkness a lot more easily, I feel. And we can actually observe the fears, the negativity, the blocks that are coming up, right? So the last card that I pulled for this week is empowerment. Yes! So take this in. Where is your awareness drawn? This is amazing. You have a unicorn, you have this beautiful angel, right? With her sword. She's drawing her power into this focused point, right? Her sword, from source, from the cosmos, from her source, right? And she's riding this magical being. She's in her freaking empowerment. And the subtext down here is grounded, strength, and stamina. And so I know it's cool. It's lucky number 13. I love that. It's also, when we go into contemplation, right? Releasing that control, going through challenges, and allowing them to come up, with a open heart, an open mind, with just observing them. We can really ground into our empowerment. Really ground into that strength, right? We become more fortified in who we are as light workers, as star seeds, as just plain old human beings, as earth seeds that came to, live in our joy, live in our passion, live in our bliss, and create a new world, begin to create the bridge into a new world, a new paradigm, and ground into that empowerment. It's a very grounding, bringing us back to earth so that we can bring those higher frequencies up. So when you are grounded, it's only when you're really, really super grounded, can you really channel this incredible light, incredible information that's coming from the cosmos, that's coming from our higher selves, from our benevolent star brothers and sisters. It's only when we're really grounded in ourself, in our strength, in our own empowerment, that we can really truly bring this in within our own integrity, within alignment, with joy, with passion, with love. So let's look at what that oracle card has to say. Strength, here, let's see. Strength is necessary right now to persevere. So let me say that again. Strength is necessary right now to persevere. You are being asked to step forward, move ahead, and take action with more powerful energy. Call upon your divine feminine side to assist you with grounding and bringing balance to your situation. Divine love and magical energies are supporting you. And it is a time of action. You need to have the confidence and belief in yourself and be solid in your choices. So the crystals for this to help focus our awareness are Boji stone and moonstone. Moonstone, super magical. And the essential oil for this is clary sage, which is very grounding and clearing. And so like that sword also represents strength. It's time for strength, because especially if it's time to face some challenges, face some things that are going on. It doesn't have to be super huge and super dramatic. Remember that it can be internal. It can be a little bit more subtle. So really tuning in to yourself and tuning in your awareness of what's happening around you. What is your environment? What are the reflections in your life? Pets, people, plants, the environment, anything around in your personal reality. What is it reflecting to you? What are the messages? What's the information that's coming in? And so like I said, it can be really subtle, but it can be really, really blatant, depending on who you are, what you're going through, and how open you are to things. And I mean, obviously, if you're here, that speaks a lot. However, that's what I'll say about that. So, for our second week, let's see, let's put these in order. Contemplation. Sitting in that space, dropping into your knowing, releasing control, so that we can face challenges that are coming up our way. It could be fear, it can just be negativity, it can be as heavy or dense, or it can be a little bit lighter. Like I said, pay attention to your outside environment and your inside, as well as within, and what's going on, the things that are coming up, if you feel anger or frustration or triggers coming up, where is it coming from? Sit with yourself in that silence. Release control. Ask, what is coming up for me? Please show me what this is. If you ask and you sit there for a while, you truly clear your mind, it'll come. And if it doesn't come in that space, release control. Release your expectations of it needing to come up then, and just say, okay, it'll come to me. And you'll be shown. It'll come to you, right? Because we need strength during this time. We need to be in our own empowerment. I mean, in general, that's where we're going anyway. It's time to really be in our own empowerment, in our own strength. So this is what's happening right now. You are supported by divine forces. This magical forces working behind the scenes. There's always beings with us working behind the scenes. So trust in that. Also, what I was getting when I was reading that was ask your guides, ask your angels to help you with your challenges. Ask them, what can I do? Ask them to bring clarity to what's happening. Ask your guides to help you. I mean, they're not going to just do everything for you, because this is about being empowered, right? It's about being fully empowered, being in your own strength. And you don't grow strong without doing the work. I was a bodybuilder for about 5-6 years. And I was in fitness for, 12 years total. And I'm still in there. So it's not that I'm not doing anything anyway. But that's beside the point. The point there is you have to do the physical work. You have to do it yourself. You have to put in the work. You can't just want better health. You can't want to have maybe a more toned body or become more flexible without putting in the work. So the same goes for our own empowerment. If we can do the work to drop into the silence, into the knowing, release control, face the challenges, right? The challenges in the analogy I brought to the table would be, you know, the challenge of getting up every day and going to the gym, or, you know, unrolling your mat and doing yoga, or, you know, whatever that looks like, you know. Those challenges of, oh, I don't want to do it, I don't feel like doing it, or different things that come up in life, right? And then as a result, we become more and more strong. We become more fortified in our strength, in our own empowerment. So this is a great read this week. And that is all. Thank you so much for watching. As always, as I said before, go ahead, leave me a comment down below and let me know how this resonated for you. How is this helping you? Let me know if there are any other questions that you would like me to ask in my readings. And subscribe. Please hit that subscribe button and be sure to hit the bell button as well, so that you are notified each week when I do an oracle video, as well as the other videos that I'm going to be putting out. So stay tuned, and thank you so much. Stay empowered, right? Stay empowered, stay strong. Know that you got this. We are here for a reason. You're an amazing, amazing human being that came to bridge light and bring heaven down to earth. So be empowered in that. Till next time, I love you. Thank you so much for watching. Infinite love. Peace.